Portenta Pro Community Solutions. We are now going to do this functions, dot78, Arduino functions. And we've installed Portenta Pro Community Solutions. Going down to coding, dot78, functions. Here we go. And once again, always a good idea just to run it, just to see if it works. Some things have include files. So if you try running it and it doesn't work, it typically will tell you where it dies, and it says it doesn't have the include file, and so you go try to figure out what's wrong with the include file. Anyway, let's go with this. Okay, starting the main loop. Now inside the simple function, now passing, let's stop the auto scroll. Now passing variables to the myAdd function to return an answer, adding myx5 and my2. 5 plus 2 is 7, giving me the right answer. That's probably the myAdd function that's giving me the right answer. And it's just doing this over and over and over and over and over again. That's the main loop. So let's have a look at this. Void mySimple, now inside the simple function. That is all it does. It's a simple function. It says void because it's not returning any important information. It's got brackets to A, tell you what's a function, and B, tell you we're passing no information to it. There's the myAdd. I'll talk about that later. Here's the setup, the serial monitor setup. Here's the loop, serial print line starting main loop. We're in the main loop. And here it does the mySimple function. Why do you use functions instead of just writing this little bit of code there? So you can use them over and over again, or in different situations, or passing important variables to it. So let's just see what else we're doing. Okay, inside this loop, we're setting up some local variables, myx, which is a random number between 5 and 8. We're setting up my y, a random number between 2 and 4. We're serial print now passing variables to the myAdd function to return an answer. Check it out. In myAnswer, it's a local variable, but we're passing to myAdd, myx, and my. That's as complex as it gets. Okay? And then it's printing out, adding myx plus string myx, adding and my plus string my equals, anything between double quotes just gets printed, string my answer, printing a line 2000. So the important thing here is, what is myAdd doing? So let's go have a look at this function. It's right here. It's returning an integer, and it's being given an integer, which now is a different name. And here I'm okay not using the my before stuff. You're passing an integer x, an integer y. We're setting up the integer called myAdded to be x plus y, and then we're returning myAdded. Well, we could throw this all in one line. It's just sometimes nice for students to see that this is an integer variable, and then it's here. I'm going to try this again, just return, because we're supposed to return an integer. And let's just run it, see if it still works. It's going to be no different. I should have made these numbers bigger. Sure, let's make these numbers bigger and run it again. Just going to do this irritating little pop-up thing. And I'm going to run it again. Notice the chow here blinks blue when it sends something over here. That's the drag and drop. You could actually drag a code into that little box. But let's see, same kind of thing, but now it's doing 67 and 27's 94. It's returning the answer. Our code's a little smoother. Once again, why not just do that in the main program? Well, functions allow you to do stuff multiple times. So there might be multiple spots of your program that need this, and the function might be hundreds of lines long. And so you make your main program easier to read. Here we've got mySimple, here we've got myAdd. If these functions were hundreds of lines long, that would make your code easier to read and more useful if you had to call those functions from multiple locations. Anyway, that's it.